It has been one crazy day in the crypto market today, and in this video, I'm going to go ahead and break everything down that happened, the reason why we're starting to see huge liquidations and price falls in both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm also going to talk about what I did today in order to take advantage of that opportunity and what I bought. So, before we get to that, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like this video, be sure to follow me on Twitter for the best information you can find on the crypto market. So we're going to go ahead and get right into this. So Bitcoin is down about 3% today, Ethereum down over 5%, Binance Coin down 3.5%, and we have other coins like XRP down almost 7%. So today has been a huge volatility day. I said yesterday that it was going to be a big day today, and we got that big day. And the reason for that has been because today was the day of the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, and Jerome Powell making his conference and the FOMC coming to a decision on whether to raise rates or not. Now, yesterday I said there's probably a pretty good chance that they won't raise, and it turns out they didn't raise at all. However, what they did say was that they are interested in at least 2 more hikes by the end of the year. Now, personally, I don't believe that's going to be the case. I believe that we might wind up seeing one more 25 basis point hike, but I do think that this hawkish overtones of what he was talking about, I think that's all bluster, and I do believe he is bluffing right now and trying to keep the markets down. So I don't buy it. I don't buy any part of this, and the reason for that is because we've seen inflation come down off of things like Trueflation, which now is saying basically at 2.34%. Compared to the CPI reported number of about 4%, and also what we got today with the producer price index saying that the demand declined 0.3%, which was higher than they thought. So prices are coming down faster than they originally thought. So when you put everything together, you can see that there's an overall decline in the inflation in the U.S. So I think what that means is we're going to wind up seeing a more dovish Fed in the future. This pause that we had was them showing us their hand, okay? So if that's the case, okay, and we did wind up seeing what we thought we'd see, right, which is basically at this point priced into the market, why is it that Bitcoin and crypto was down so much today? Well, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at our Bitcoin chart TA, and so what I can make of this market right now is that we had kind of a classic buy the rumor, sell the news kind of reaction to it. As I said before, this was priced into the market already that they were going to go ahead and pause this rate hike. And so oftentimes what you'll wind up seeing in markets is that you'll have a reaction that's buying ahead of time, ahead of good news, and then selling the actual event. And so we had a significant sale of this event this time. And again, Bitcoin was down largely today. It was down all the way down to the bottom here of the support band, down at about 24,800. Now, I thought that we'd wind up seeing a little bit of support here at the 200-day moving average, and we did kind of have it rebound and come up here a little bit at about 25,000. It's kind of hanging around this 25,000 level. You can see that this downtrend is still very much intact, and in fact, it looks like it's following this trend almost perfectly. So that being said, what I think we're going to wind up seeing is actually probably a little bit of a bounce after such a huge liquidation of many of these of Bitcoin and the sellers stepping here at this point. Now we have in the RSI, we have an RSI of about 36. That's not super oversold, but it's getting closer to being oversold. And I do believe that this support band for now is going to hold. There's some buyers that are going to step in here, and if the selling pressure gets too high, then we could wind up even seeing it come down here to the bottom end of this downtrend at about 24,500. However, I don't really expect that it would stay at that level. If it gets to that level, it'll probably go down, wick down, and then pop back up again, and we'll wind up getting a bounce or a relief rally. I think that's probably the most likely outcome, that either we get support right here or we go down just a little bit more and then we see a relief rally. So until this downtrend here gets taken out, I think that this downtrend is still very much intact, and I would expect Bitcoin to continue to follow the downtrend. Now, that being said, I did not buy any Bitcoin today, but I'm definitely looking at it. I'm looking at acquiring, especially below 25K. It looks very attractive to me, and I'm willing to add to my position. I'm waiting for a little bit more of a flush out in Bitcoin specifically, and the RSI to come back down to here to what we saw back in March. But so far, this looks really good. This is setting up very nicely for a nice dip buy for me. So, what did I buy today? I bought today on the dip Ethereum. So if we can go ahead and take a look at our Ethereum chart, we've seen that Ethereum, again, following the same pattern as Bitcoin. However, it went down even more than Bitcoin. In fact, it went all the way through this support band that I highlighted here, all the way through the 200-day moving average. In fact, it went all the way through the bottom part of this downtrend, and it's rebounded a little bit. It went all the way down to here to about 1631. I bought in here at the bottom end of this support band at about 1680, 1681 or so, and I added a very small position size. Now, I'm very interested in adding more to this position size if it continues to go lower. And specifically, what I'm seeing with Ethereum, and the reason why I bought Ethereum today instead of Bitcoin, is because it is showing signs of extremely oversold. Right now, you have the RSI at about 30. That's showing me that this capitulation event right here is even more powerful than the capitulation we saw back in March. So you're having more sellers come in here and push the price lower. And I think this is a fantastic opportunity for me to go in and add to my Ethereum bags. Now, the other reason why I did this instead of buying another altcoin is because I'm still unsure about the regulatory environment that we're in right now, and I'm looking for some alternatives right now to Bitcoin, so I'm not just putting all my eggs in one basket. And Ethereum is the alternative. It has not been labeled as a security by the SEC, to my knowledge, yet, and it still has excellent room for growth. And I want to go ahead and go over some of the reasons why I decided to buy Ethereum as well. And we're going to go ahead and start with the exchange reserve for Ethereum. And so what you can see right here is your exchange reserve is actually going down quite a bit. If we actually go ahead and take a look at the all-time, just like with Bitcoin, it has been decreasing significantly. From 2020, it was at about 34 million. Now it's all the way down here to about 15 million. So it literally just got basically cut in half from 34 million available on the exchanges now to about 15 million. So when you combine that with the fact that the Ethereum supply is also moving much lower, you can see here that there is much less Ethereum available, and there is much less Ethereum available on the exchanges as well. Again, looking at the all-time, we can see here that we have a significant curve, and it has become a deflationary asset. There is no more supply that's being put into the ecosystem. So that's another reason why I'm buying this little dip here. And if we also take a look at our active addresses, we can see here the active addresses year to date have gone up from about 230,000 now to about 337,000. So there are more active addresses that are sending and receiving Ethereum, and that I think is also bullish. So when you put that all together, I do believe that that Ethereum price is going to go up in the future. If you guys are interested in more information on Ethereum and the reason why I'm bullish on it, you can go ahead and check out my video that I made a couple of weeks ago on why I'm bullish for Ethereum. But when you add into this, you add into the supply situation here, and then you also take into account the upgrades that are coming for Ethereum, such as the sharding upgrade and roll-ups, in order to increase the speed and the efficiency of the Ethereum network and lower fees. I think, to me right now, that looks like a very attractive risk reward for Ethereum in the long term. So that's my goal. I bought today. I'm going to hold for the long term when it comes to Ethereum, and I will potentially add more as we go lower. Now, the final thing I want to go ahead and talk about is the massive number of liquidations that we had today in the broader crypto space, and longs got absolutely slaughtered today. There's $127 million worth of longs, crypto longs that got demolished today. And liquidated. So that also led to a significant decrease in crypto prices. Now, there's one more event that's going to be coming up this week that I think will be particularly important, and that is the initial jobless claims. We'll get that tomorrow. That's something that people are looking at right now, and we'll be seeing whether or not the jobless claims are going to rise and how healthy the jobs market is right now. They're looking for it to start to weaken, so that will give the Fed some idea to go and stop raising rates and maybe cut rates because they might think we're going into a recession. So this is one thing I'll be looking for tomorrow. Jobless claims, we'll be talking about that. And then on Friday, we have a Fed governor speaking as well, which I think is going to be less important than this jobless claims number. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Did you guys buy the dip on this as well, or are you waiting for a further capitulation, or are you just not touching this until things get shaken out and the longs start to show some strength? I'm very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.